Warner Brothers currently owns the distribution rights to Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and A Song of Ice and Fire. They own DC outright. They own DC, everything about DC. And they took a big gamble on getting James Gunn. And there's been a lot of arguing over Superman. The thing is, the discourse online is not concerning any plot elements, theory crafting about the movie. It is, was it a success or not? And if you have to continually ask if a movie was a success or not, it really wasn't. Now, I'm not going to go out and call it a flop, but it was mediocre, and you get a mediocre response. So maybe they ground out like a profit of even $50 million. Well, you don't spend $350 million to make $50 million. So I think we can all agree, despite some, that it wasn't this massive success that you're like, okay, the DCU's looking good, superhero movies are looking good, we're healthy. No, that's not the case. And then they decide to release their second movie. So let's go down to what they've released so far, Chris. They've Creature Commandos, an animated show. Okay, odd choice to start your DCU with, but whatever. If Superman's good, it's all good. Superman, which was mediocre, and then Peacemaker, which was freaking terrible. Like Ironheart terrible, Disney Plus terrible. And then all of a sudden, Lanterns gets delayed, and your next thing is going to be Supergirl. Supergirl, a character every DC fan, every comic fan likes. Everybody likes Supergirl. Should it be your second movie when you're launching a cinematic universe? No, absolutely not. And we get the trailer tomorrow. We got a teaser for the trailer, and it looks a lot like what we got of her at the end of Superman, the drunk party girl, Supergirl from the Tom King Woman of Tomorrow. And we have a poster. Truth, justice, whatever.
It's so dumb. Truth,
Are
justice.
you fucking kidding me? You won't say truth, justice. That might have worked if you used truth, justice in the American way, which you didn't. So that just expresses your attitude towards DC, towards Superman. I know there's a rumor out there, like all the rumors are crazy, that like crypto pees on Superman. I wouldn't be surprised, but
No. There was someone who has seen the trailer, one of the influencer shill types, saw the trailer and said he can confirm that the trailer is dog piss. And then he had an emoji that implied he was joking. But so he's seen it, crypto pissing in the trailer.
So it's crypto is pissing. That's great. Hey, awesome. We get to see we get bisexual orgies and crypto pissing before we get Batman and Wonder Woman.
He said, I think the quote was, I can confirm the trailer is dog piss. And then it was like a laughing emoji.
LOL.
Laughing and crying. Yeah. So, yeah. It's going to be more of the Gun kind of,
irreverent.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It worked for Guardians. It really worked for Guardians and even the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
His way of looking at things was a perfect match, not for these classic characters. There's no sense of awe and wonder. I mean, it really gives you a newfound appreciation for what Zack Snyder did with Man of Steel. He introduced a Clark/Superman that was really convincing. Henry Cavill, spot on, amazing casting. I didn't like obviously no one likes the stupid, Costner, Pa Kent, with the, and a couple, but man, there are moments of awe and wonder when he is finding out about his heritage, when he's first learning to fly, the way the ground James Gunn's Superman never stopped for a moment to show you what it felt like to be Superman. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
No, exactly.
What is it like to be Superman? I want to feel that. I want to be Superman or aspire to be what Superman embodies value-wise, what he can do with his powers. He could murder people he doesn't. He chooses the path of light and good. What is it like to be and have that kind of responsibility? We saw that in 1978, original Superman with Chris Reeve. We saw it in Zack Snyder. Don't love all of it, but there are parts. There is none of that in Gunn Superman. Not one moment. Not one moment where it stops and we feel what it's like to be Superman. We see and Clark has like 2 scenes with Lois. Or us, it's weird. It's Ryan Kinnell was pointing that out. It's like he has like 2 scenes with her, really.
Yep.
They barely interact. She spends most of her time with the Mr. Terrific.
Yep.
So, and it shows Gunn's just not the right guy for this. I think give him a weird team-based thing, but he is really wrong for this. And maybe running a studio is beyond. When you're running a studio, writing season 2 of Peacemaker, I just got to say, like, you are spread too thin, and it shows. It's sad, and I have no enthusiasm for what's coming.
No, my concern from the beginning, and it was proved out with this movie, is James Gunn is too cynical to make something like Superman. He just is.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in truth, justice, and the American way, and that's why they didn't do it. So that's why putting that on that fucking poster is retarded, because you're just going to piss off everybody who said, where in the hell was truth, justice, and the American way? And we know why they left it out.
Roger Avery, I tried in earnest to watch the Gunn Superman last night, but couldn't stand it. Just couldn't stand it. In a cinema, I would have suffered through it, and maybe it would have eventually won me over. But at home, I threw the merciful kill switch. I then washed my eyes with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
So if we go back down to that truth, because that sticks in my craw a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, look at this. Truth, justice,
and whatever.
Whatever. That just it again.
No, that's poking the bear. That is trolling. And you don't want to be trolling when you're promoting a movie and you want everybody to see your DCU. Part of me wants to respect the troll, but this is stupid. Utterly stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I like her.
Millie Alcock, not Alcock, guys. Alcock was very good in House of the Dragon season 1. And her casting as Supergirl is fine. And the costume looks good. Unfortunately, it's covered up with I'll tone down why am I toning down my language? Bar whore jacket. And we're going to get Party Girl. And the reason I bring up Tom King, because most of you don't read comics anymore, which is sad, but there's a reason for that. They're not good. Tom King is a writer with a shtick. So he rose to prominence during a Batman run that admittedly started pretty good, but then he pulled the rug out from all the fans because it was setting up to marry Catwoman, which he should never marry. That was stupid. So ultimately, I'm glad they didn't do it, but the way they didn't do it fucked over comic stores. They made it this big event, Chris, and they're like, people were dressing up and cosplaying for this wedding event, and then Catwoman leaves Batman at the altar, cucks him completely. So Tom King, former CIA recruiter, by the way, with mommy issues, has a lot of priors against fandom. There was a moment he decided to wake up and cancel Jay Lee for doing a comic book cover. And he got shot down for that. But yeah, he woke up one morning and said, Jay Lee's doing a comic cover for somebody I don't like, so we're going to cancel him. Jay Lee responds like, basically, F you, and thanks for doing that in the day my dog died. Or he was going down to it was right after his dog died. And Asian guy, by the way, so stop the Asian hate, Tom King. Stop the Asian hate. But he's done other stuff too, and his shtick in writing is basically a dude with severe depression and mommy issues. He wrote Mr. Miracle, that limited series where he kills himself. And his Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow, is basically True Grit. It's basically True Grit. I would have gone to a lot of other Supergirl stories before Tom King, but that's where James Gunn lives. That James Gunn wants to make the Grant Morrison, Tom King type of DC comics, which I think if you build up to that would work. But the reason Grant Morrison stuff worked is Grant Morrison still respected the hero, for one. And number two, he was also working on building blocks that had been put there by great writers who had made a foundation for the character of Superman and Batman. And he was working off that and trying to evolve it a little bit. In other words, it took decades to build up to where we could get to Grant Morrison stories. You don't start with that. So that's the mistake. I mean, like, this is the guy who wanted to make The Authority the second movie in the DCU. And then basically turned the Justice Gang into a lighter version of them.
Right. So that's why Authority, he's already altering the plan. I mean, and to be fair, they've all done it. DC altered their plan, obviously. Yeah. Marvel, you can go back at when they would lay out, and to the point where Kevin Feige stopped doing it. Remember when we were at Comic-Con when Robert Downey Jr. came out, did his reveal, and Feige came out and said, we're not doing the whole phases thing. We're just going to talk about what's coming. Like, it was very telling.
Yeah. So. Truth, justice, and whatever. And we'll see the trailer tomorrow. And it's going to be a space adventure like Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris.
Yeah.
Super different from everything he's done. Yeah, you're right. James Gunn is good with Suicide Squad. He's good with Guardians. I would argue if he did a Doom Patrol, that'd probably be definitely in his wheelhouse. Not good for traditional heroes. The question is, what do? You can't reboot the DCU again. I mean, they could try, but you can't. The normies are already out on superhero movies. I can't see this thing doing well. The future is not bright. People are moving on. And, it was just unfortunate that James Gunn took over the DCU after so many problems. And you can't blame it all on him. The reason that superhero fatigue is here. And it has everything to do with a bunch of horrible movies, the MCU, and a lot of DC flops prior to this, which we talked about. And we said Superman and Fantastic Four would determine the future of the superhero movie, and they did. Definitively.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.